For weekly pro wrestling news, AEW news, WWE news, independent wrestling news, it's the X Factor, the hottest pro wrestling news show with the one and only Professor X.
All right, y'all, what's going on? It's your boy, the Prof X, along with brother Rockin' Reese, and also the allegedly new CEO of WWE. I don't know why anybody would want that job, especially since the shithole it's become. You know, all kinds of investigations, money laundering, I guess, and a lot of expenses spent on hookers, obviously, or paralegals or whoever these days. But you know, we're gonna get into all that. Actually, this is our brother, or this is my brother Zargon in the house. And welcome to another show of Wrestling Topics, hashtag 19.
Man, X, I gotta tell you, like this whole week, hell, that's like let's just say the last month and a half has been pure craziness when it comes to the wrestling world because it's like just when you wonder what can happen next, then it's like here come another wave, and then here come another one. It's like when's it gonna end?
It's not going to end. It depends on how high the shit goes. And if I know Mr. Genetic Jackhammer, the shit is going to go pretty high. And now that he's been elevated to federal investigation, I don't care if the name is Vince McMahon. Somewhere, somehow, he may be getting handcuffs. That's what I'm hoping. So, and folks, it's not a retirement. It was his resignation. But we'll get on. We'll get into that. Okay, this all started when the longtime WWE CEO chairman announced his retirement in a tweet, basically saying, I'm 77 years old, and I think it's time of me to retire. He thanked basically the WWE fans, the superstars, and says now, even though he won't be at Backstage or at the arenas, but he will still be watching, which I can see that because despite retirement or resignation, he's still 80% majority shareholder of WWE. So technically, he still owns it. So he could run WWE from his home. For all we know, he's probably on the phone or on the phone lines with several people right now during the show and after the show, and even before then, once he announced his retirement. He might try to run WWE, as a ghost CEO. So I'm pretty sure he'll have Steph on the phone, probably his son-in-law on the phone, maybe giving them advice. Who knows? But after the retirement announcement, now this came out about today. It says WWE announced today in a regulatory statement on their corporate website that due to certain unrecorded expenses by Vince McMahon, they would restate several financial statements that date back to 2006. Oh shit! Wow. Statements from 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022 have been revised and show an expense total of $14.6 million that McMahon will have to pay back. It says, per the regulatory filing, all payments underlying the unrecorded expenses were or will be paid by Vince McMahon personally. The filing also indicates that the company is facing investigations related to McMahon's payments that were reportedly to former female employees. Also, McMahon had personal relationships with. The filing states that WWE has also received and may receive in the future regulatory, investigative, and enforcement inquiries, subpoenas, and demands arising from, related to, or in connection with these matters. Yeah, of course, as you know, he announced his retirement last Friday, and there's expected to be more fallout from the story because the Wall Street Journal, HBO, and other mainstream media organizations are working on stories related to McMahon. 14.6 million. So add 14.6 million, 12 million, and then 17 million. Boy, those are some expensive. That's some expensive sex. I mean, I think he should have had enough sex to start his own porn company or to make a couple of tapes or something, and maybe try to get some of that money back. But good God, this motherfucker can't keep his pants up, or at least he couldn't keep his pants up all these years ago. Okay, let's have some thoughts. Who wants to go first?
See,
Sure. Let it rip, Reese.
No, I'd say I was passing it to Z first.
All right, CEO, CEO Zargon. Let us hear your thoughts. I know you got some.
I do a little bit, but give me a second. I'm gonna answer my door real quick.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
All right, I'll take it in the meantime.
All right.
Damn, $40+ million that Vince paying out, and
Well, it says 14.6 million. But
I
I guess
I was adding everything.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Vince. I'm like, I knew money didn't mean much to you back in the day, but yeah, now with all of these skeletons coming back to you, maybe you should have kept that 40 million. I'm just saying.
Nah, but I'm saying he should have kept his pants. He should
Oh, that
have
too.
kept. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, he should have kept his goddamn pants up. That's just my opinion, because when you look at all of that and basically everything else that's adding up, and right here he's under federal investigation. There's a lot of dirt and a lot of wrong that he's done over the years. That's that's what sums all this up, at least to me.
Yep, and you know who, if they were still alive, if any of them are still alive,
Yeah.
anybody that Vince ever screwed out of a promotion or a company or whatever, oh, you could bet they probably. Here's to you, Vinnie Mac. Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm guessing if there's any any people, I guess any families of those people that he screwed over, who probably kept records and probably watched him, and have probably continued through lawyers to try to come after him. This is their chance now. So
Yeah, because I was like, you think you made enemies for over 40 years? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to see you crumble, and yeah, like I said, Vince, yeah, there's probably a lot of people that's got some champagne on ice right now, and then once like the word becomes official that he's found guilty or something, yeah, you're going to hear more champagne corks popping than New Year's Eve party when the clock strikes midnight.
that's true. And okay, Zargon's back. Hey, Zargon, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, that is some expensive sex, to be honest. I don't know any pussy worth spending that much money on. I'm sorry, you couldn't pay me enough to do that. Even if I had the money to do it, first and foremost, I'm not doing that. Secondly, it's just everything catching up with Vince McMahon once again. In the company. That's why I'm the new CEO of WWE.
Like I said, once again, good luck with that, man.
Gotta plug that in real quick.
Yeah,
I gotta change the direction of this company because somebody gotta do it. But I mean, oh, hey, what's up, Jordy?
What's up, Jordy?
What's up? Also known as what's up? Shout out to J Man's Legits. What's up? Thanks for stopping by and watching the show a little bit. All right, Zargon, finish your point.
I don't know. I just think it's just time catching up with them. Personally, we don't know how much more Vince can sell his soul to the devil because the devil already got it. So I don't know. He's just adding on to it. So I don't know what much more he can do to possibly, loophole himself through this, situation. And also, anytime somebody steps down from a significant spot, regardless if it's a CEO position or a political position, the reason why people resign is because first and foremost, people tell them to, because there's always some allegation or there's always some shady business going on. So because of that, Vince McMahon know what he's doing. He knew to resign, and we all know he's running WWE from the shadows. I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna stick to that. But that's all I gotta say.
I'm like this also. Okay, he may have retired / resigned, but you know how this looks now with all these mounting investigations and all these stories. And I think about this, HBO is doing a story on this, a story on him that's supposed to be coming out this week sometime later this week. That motherfucker's running. I think he's scared, and he may be just trying to save face on the value of WWE but I think it's too late. He can run all he likes, but I'm thinking basically now because you notice John Laurinaitis is not coming back. He's done. He's gone. He's not coming back. He for now he was a fall guy, but I don't think that's gonna be it. Somebody wants Vince's ass.
Of
bad.
course, a lot of people.
And
Honestly,
right now,
a lot of people want Vince's ass. To be honest, like a lot of people want him.
Yeah, like them feds that couldn't prosecute him during the steroid scandal. Like I said, all them people, like if any of them are still alive, that he basically purchased their companies and stole all the talent from them. Yeah.
And even the talent themselves. I mean, look at Ryback.
Yep.
God damn it.
Ryback got to be laughing. I watched Channel a while or seen his tweets. He got to be laughing his ass off at this. He got to be laughing all the way to the bank.
Remember I said there's some people with some champagne on ice ready to pop it once Vince found guilty? Yeah, Ryback.
You're going to have Ryback. You're going to have Gail Kim. She's definitely one. I don't know. I'm a little bit iffy on her. And we kind of talked a little bit about her last week, Mickey James. I think she'll throw subtle things here and there.
Well, she already has about, damn, now I know I didn't get that raise.
Yeah, we know why. But we're gonna leave that alone.
Man.
And there's somebody else. I can't remember who. There's somebody else. I'm forgetting. But yeah.
Oh, I saw something online now. I think the woman he paid off, the wrestler from 2005.
Yeah, Rita. Yeah.
Who?
I think Rhea or whatever her name is. Yeah.
What Rita? Rhea Ripley. It can't be Rhea Ripley because she currently works there.
No, Rita Chatter. The referee that was for that she. That
no, not her.
Back in the day.
I saw something that makes it look like Christy Hemme might be the one that he paid off. But the thing is, the way she was fired,
Christy Hemme.
Yeah, but the thing is, the way she was fired, apparently before a show they were doing tribute to the troops, her and Triple H got too chummy, and Stephanie didn't like that. So just like China, Stephanie was able to give Christy Hemme the boot. But if Christy Hemme was also messing with Vince, yeah, I can see that now too. Yeah, because the thing is, Christy Hemme's been silent. Because look, her leader and Gail Kim was supposed to be doing a YouTube thing at one time, but I haven't seen nothing from it now. So I
didn't know they was doing that.
Yeah, I saw footage of it, but maybe it fell through. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I mean, I can look it up. But
okay.
Yeah. Also right here, WWE and board of directors announced new co-CEOs Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan. Also, company reports preliminary second quarter 22 financial results. These are probably some of the redone results. It says its board of directors today announced the appointment of Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan, of course, chief brand executive officers. Ms. McMahon has also been appointed chairwoman of the board, and Mr. Khan will continue to serve as a member of the board. These appointments follow Vince McMahon's retirement announcement Friday, July 22nd. It says, additionally, WWE executive Paul Levesque will assume all responsibilities related to WWE's creative in addition to his regular duties. You know what, Paul? I'd be careful there, taking on all that duties. You don't want that defib in your chest to start, sounding off. So I wish him luck on that. And it says below are preliminary financial results for the second quarter 2022. Further details regarding these matters can be found in the Form A-K filed today by the company with SEC. Hey, who knows what SEC stands for? I mean, I call it SEC, but it's okay, yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I thought that was a football term. One of them divisions. That's the only thing I think of, to be honest.
Okay, there's some more information, but I'm not going to read it. It's basically a preliminary second quarter non-GAAP measures about WWE and all that stuff. Okay, that's non-relevant. But also, here's the other one right now. The Wall Street Journal reported today that Vince McMahon's retirement from WWE was hastened by new federal investigations into the hush money scandals. The story adds that the Securities and Exchange Commission, that's SEC, there it is. Securities and Exchange Commission and federal prosecutors have launched inquiries into the hush money payments made to settle sexual misconduct allegations. Earlier today, in their SEC filing, WWE alluded to investigations, but they did not state a specific entity. WWE stated that they have that they had received regulatory, investigative, and enforcement inquiries, subpoenas, and demands in connection with the hush money payments. So the reports say they tried to reach out to spokespeople for McMahon and WWE, but they did not immediately respond to requests to comment, and a spokesman for the independent directors for the WWE board declined to comment. There was also no comment provided by the SEC and the spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Connecticut. Ouch. The U.S. Attorney's Office. He's on the radar of the U.S. Attorney's Office. Oh, shit. Yeah, McMahon left the company last Friday. Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are now co-CEOs, and Paul Levesque is head of creative. Okay. Sounds like to me that Vince McMahon is running, and he may leave Triple H. He may leave his daughter and son-in-law as fall people too, because I'm not saying they're going to get investigated, but that's their father and father-in-law. To me, Vince's actions make them look bad despite their appointments, and it still makes the company look bad. What are y'all's thoughts on that, or who wants to go first?
I'll go first. You think okay, so I'm thinking of this situation right now, and this is something that's happened in the past. Well, not in the past, but you think it's one of those situations to where, like, I don't know if it was a steroid scandal, I can't remember, it's been so long, where Vince McMahon was possibly going to go to jail, and then he had people in place, in case he goes to jail, and then he'll still run, day-to-day operations, like from like a prison cell or whatever. I have a feeling that maybe that, I think that could be the situation that's going on right now. So they putting people in certain places and then saying, okay, you're going to be this, you're going to be that, you're going to be that. I'm still going to be the head, but I'm not going to be in the public view no more. So I just think Vince is trying to find every way to get around these scandals, get around this hush money. Also, another thing I got to say is, over the years that WWE has done spring cleaning, okay, do you think this ties into like certain allegations that's happened? So because he paid these women, 17 million, 16 million, you think that's why he does spring cleaning like pretty much every year to like clear like certain debts for like superstars contracts and stuff like that? Because I just thought about that.
Okay.
Honestly.
Well, a lot of the spring cleaning is mostly the men, so I don't think he's sleeping with men. But one of the videos I watched on here, apparently him and Shawn Michaels might have had a somewhat of a homo relationship. I don't know, but
no, but I'm saying because the men's contracts are a lot bigger, so because their contracts are bigger, that's more money he's kind of how do I say, like, cause and effect, like basically, okay, I paid this person 16 million, and Vince is the businessman, so calculating what is it, loss and gain and stuff like that. I'm not sure how to the term, but I'm just thinking about that just now.
Okay, but you may be right. Yeah, that's a good point. You're right. That's Reese, what do you think?
Because there's clearly more to this than meets the eye.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's some names I'm thinking we'll have to go way, way back to the Wayback Machine for this one, because I'm thinking somebody that we've probably had a short stay with and didn't, but was still a prominent figure at that time. They're probably going to be one of the ones that really nails Vince for this, because you think as many long-term employees that Vince has had, there's also a lot of short-term employees, but that still made somewhat of a mark. Because you think of someone like the Cat, hell, even that
Nurse Brown
nurse from the. Nah, I'm thinking women-wise here.
Okay, women-wise. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sasha the Cat card.
That woman who played the nurse from BB or whatever I was saying.
Oh yeah, BB. I remember that. Yeah.
Probably half of them women from all the Diva searches that they did. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. There's bound to be somebody prominent that we're not going to think of, and boy, will realize, oh wait, Diva Search, or oh wait, she was like maybe a temporary announcer, or somebody. Hell, I'm at this point where I wouldn't be surprised if Vince got into Sunny like while she was at her peak or whatnot.
I
Oh
said,
my
who
goodness.
haven't?
Who
hasn't?
really? Who hasn't
Oh,
gotten in the
yeah.
Sunny?
I mean, who hasn't
The
at
whole
this
damn
point?
the whole damn clique was in the
mean,
Sunny because even Sunny admitted that they called her. She was a click chick. Sunny used to book their flights,
Yeah.
book their hotel
Yeah.
rooms. So I mean, wait a minute, Sunny had been passed around more than passed around more times than a party favor. I mean,
Yeah.
damn, she probably was a lot of times. She probably was a party favor. I mean, come on now.
Mostly for Sean, but yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, there's yeah, man, I want to tell you, like Vince, yeah. Oh, now is he on the run, man? He trying to hide worse than Saddam Hussein in that foxhole when he got discovered. That's how badly this whole situation's getting right now.
It is. It's getting worse. And the thing is, later this week, if HBO is doing a story on it, and the words they use, let me I'll read that. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, here it is. Upcoming HBO Sports. Okay. It's reported about more mainstream media articles that are coming, and there have been attempts made to reach out to some former WWE talent. So, but now it says that he's heard rumors about somebody heard rumors about another Wall Street Journal story that could be published as soon as this week, and the HBO Sports story is not going to be a good look for Vince. It's been said, and somebody said a quote. I will say that there are rumors that the HBO Real Sports story on Vince is one person used the term damning, and that there might be another Wall Street Journal article coming out this week. So they may have gotten ahead of things with this resignation on Friday. So see, all of this, the resigning / retirement, these are all strategic moves. Not that they're gonna, amount to anything, or they're gonna save Vince. I think the only thing now that'll save Vince, whatever millions he's got left in his personal funds, I would rent you a private plane. I would find an island outside of America, and since you're obviously lonely, I would get maybe 3 hookers, take them on that plane out to that island, don't come back for at least 3 or 5 years, and let's see what happens. But because I think the longer he lives here in America or lives at home, and these stories keep mounting. Like I said, this all started with an anonymous email from one of the board of directors, or somebody who emailed one of the board of directors with this. This is where this all started, and it's been this, and that little small email, which is basically like a crater bolt, which just starts building, and then all of a sudden the 12 million, 17 something million, this woman, that woman, the paralegal. I mean, so Vince basically did this to himself. That's what I gotta say about that. He basically did this to himself.
Speaking of paralegals,
Yeah, go ahead.
well, at least not in the real sense.
Okay. In the Vince sense.
I just thought of somebody else who might have something to say about like Vince and who has some not so kind of blood with them. Remember Dawn Marie?
Yeah, Dawn Marie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dawn Marie.
specifically why she. Yeah, remember why she got let go?
It's been so long. I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
vaguely remember. I think, yeah, because
Because remember, she was let go while she was pregnant.
yeah, that's a good point. Oh, so Vince might have a godchild. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I always say that, but I was like, yeah, if there was any, but if you remember, like when her character originally premiered, she was portraying a paralegal who was kind of flirting with Vince.
That's a good point. I would never have thought of that. That's a good point. Look at Zargon's face. He knows that's true.
I didn't think about that.
That's a good point, because Dawn Marie was kind of freaky deaky. Remember, she came from ECW, just like Francine and all them. So see, all the major freaks were in ECW at one time. You had Dawn Marie, Francine,
Beulah.
Beulah McGillicuddy. I forgot. That's who you remember. Yeah.
Oh my god.
she was dating Tommy Dreamer at one time. So and of course that's where Sunday came from. Sunday came from WCW. I mean, not just, but from ECW before I think of. Wait a minute. She came out in WWE first. But like I said, we started having problems. Then she went to ECW when ECW was coming up.
Yeah.
So Oh, in the chat, shout out to Brother Melendez, Guyton Huggins. Shout out to Sherman Scott. Thanks for stopping by. But to me,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, to me, these investigations ought to become criminal investigations because there's a lot of dirt that's been built up on Vince that people have built up. So see, I think Vince made a mistake making all his enemies over the years. He made all his money and gained all his power, but he probably had no clue that this will come back to haunt him. And the thing is, you don't live forever. So
I think it's the times that's catching up. I think it's the times that's catching up with him more than anything else. Because before, people would brush certain things off. They'd just go, oh, he's just being this, or he's just being that, or they're just doing this and doing that. But then when you have a society like how it is right now, like you can't even tell people the truth no more without them, trying to cancel you. And Vince got a whole encyclopedia of him doing all types of shit and displaying it in his storyline and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's time's catching up with him. That's basically what it is to me. So, I mean, he wanted to do what every, rich, wealthy guy does, but he got to understand that certain things that you do, eventually them consequences are going to catch up to you. And then it's either, they're gonna bankrupt you for all your money, take you for all your money, or you're gonna go to jail, or you're gonna die. It's only really three options you got, really. So
yeah. I got people saying to me, nothing's gonna happen to Vince. Oh, something's gonna happen to him. Something gonna happen to him. Maybe not death necessarily, but something's gonna happen to him. Somebody's gonna bring something out that'll either it'll qualify as a smoking gun, enough evidence to put him in handcuffs and in the trial, and maybe jail time. Who knows? Or he'll be indicted because like I said, with his lawyers, he can make a deal. With his money, like I said, because he still has money and power. He still has a lot of money. He's still rich. So he'll have to throw a whole lot of stones at it, to make half of this all go away. But who knows? Like I said, if somebody wants him bad enough, they're gonna have him.
That's what I'm saying. If he pisses off the right person or the wrong person per se, then that's when they're going, get on him. And then you have superstars, in the past, like they just don't want to come back to WWE whatsoever, like in any way, shape, or form. Like fans will be asking them, can you come back? Can you do this? Can you do that? And they're like, I have no interest. And one of them, I hate to do this, but she's one of my all-time favorites. Layla, that used to be with Michelle McCool.
Yeah, Lay Cool. Yeah,
she does not want to come back to WWE whatsoever in any way. Like every time fans ask her about a return, she just has no interest in doing so. So there could be something there. Yep. And Layla's one of my all-time favorites, and I love Lay Cool. I do. I know.
I hated Lay Cool. That's just me. I couldn't. All right, go ahead, Reese.
Yeah, then you think even before that, like when she was with what was the joints with her and Kelly in Extreme Expose.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then you got to think about Kelly too.
Oh yeah, Vince hit that. Remember, Kelly was 19 when she first came out.
That's what I'm saying.
19. And this is after ECW. This is after the watered down ECW came out. Remember, Mike Knox? That was her boyfriend at the time when he came in. So Mike Knox, wherever you are, if you're listening,
character-wise.
Yeah, character-wise, yeah.
I was about to say, damn, Mike Knox, he was hitting that for real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't hitting it first. Vince hit that. Vince hit that shit first before Mike Knox. So.
Yeah, then what was that? Oh yeah, and Tessmacher would be in the third part of that. So it's like, I know she ain't come back.
Miss Tessmacher. Oh, I remember the name, but I forgot who that was. Wasn't she somebody else?
I thought she was in TNA.
No, because remember that was Brooke, the third part of Extreme Expose.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Not Brooke Hogan, but
No, not Brooklyn.
Women,
I would have to
no.
look and see.
When you said Tess Mocker, I was thinking Stacey Keebler in glasses in a corporate suit.
Yeah.
Long leg. Yeah.
Sure, probably hit that too. Fucking bastard.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Yep, that's a good point. Yep.
Man,
Look, here's the thing, folks. Vince McMahon never met a piece of ass he didn't hit.
especially if she was a blonde.
Oh yeah, especially with blonde. Yeah. Oh, and Tori Wilson.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah,
Lucky bastard.
To me, Tori Wilson was like an older version of Sonny in a way, because they said even over in WCW, Tori Wilson would flirt with a married man or with other guys. So when she came to WWE, I'm pretty sure Vince got a piece of that. And I think somebody said she flirted with John Cena. This is when he was dating Nikki Bella, because Nikki Bella didn't like Tori Wilson when she came over. So she had certain divas had to watch their men because Tori Wilson was on the prowl.
Oh yeah, and then I was saying they had to really watch when Terry was loose.
Oh, Terry, yeah, the ex-wife of Goldust. Yeah, I heard Terry.
I didn't know about that.
Well, Terry, I think, was going to be freaky too, even before she married Goldust. Because remember in WCW when she had wear the glasses, she was who was she? She was had that little faction. Remember she had the glasses on.
Alexander
York.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Miss Alexander York. Yep.
I learned something new.
Yeah.
Somebody
right here. Sherman Scott said Melina. Now we know Batista hit it, but I'm pretty sure Vince got it too. That's why Batista was known as the Beast.
Oh my God. He said that shit with the quickness, yo.
Oh.
He said that with the quickness, no hesitation whatsoever.
Hey, well, it's a fact, you know what I mean?
Hey, well, shoot. After the way Melina be doing them splits all the time.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, remember? Melina was very
man.
flexible.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Vince loves a flexible woman, and Melina was very flexible. So, see, Vince, Batista, and whoever else. Oh, and going back to Kelly Clay for a second, in the backstage locker room, Mike Knox hit it. Batista hit that shit. Randy Orton hit it. Others hit it, Remember, even Kelly was hopped on the Apex Predator. Think about it.
Yeah, the Viper slithered in her.
Oh my God!
But I'm pretty sure without injecting his venom.
Oh man.
Okay, so anyway.
Damn, that's probably that shit.
Right.
By the
way, what was also the thing you talked about with although you considered this back in January, but that Jerry McDevitt was getting.
Yeah, I was arguing. I found something interesting. Vince McMahon's longtime attorney, Jerry McDevitt.
No,
that's his name.
I don't know his attorneys.
Yeah, that's his Jerry McDevitt. That's the one who probably got him out of the steroid trial. But look, this is from January 18th, back in 2022 beginning. It says right here, Jerry McDevitt has worked as the attorney for WWE since the late 80s, and along the way, he has formed a strong friendship with Vince McMahon due to everything that they have gone through together. Not only does McMahon trust him to represent him in court, but McDevitt's firm also handles McMahon's estate plans and tax returns. Very interesting. It says the guy who turns 72 this month. He noted that he has told McMahon that he wants to retire. WWE is a major client, but I have other clients. I also represented Dr. Cyril Weck. I'll be 72 in January, so I've been trying to turn it down a little as I am headed into retirement. But because of my long-standing relationship with the WWE, I continue to represent them, although I keep telling Vince I do want to retire. You know what? A part of this is maybe Jeremy Devitt did retire, and maybe that's why, it's like this. It's like when your guard when the ultimate guard of somebody who guards something that leaves, for a long time, that's always had his back and always, when
your right man hand want to leave, that's why it's like, yep,
yeah,
that's my sign to go.
Yeah, so maybe now without his long time defense, maybe that's why this is happening too. Because see, I'm pretty sure Jeremy Devitt knew how to kill his stuff dead, but I mean, who knows? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters whoever the lawyer is. When this is mounting, there's a lot to go through, there's a lot of red tape to filter through to find out what your defense is going to be and how you can resolve all these issues. But I don't know. because I said McDevitt, 72 years old. Hell, the stress of these investigations alone, probably Jerry couldn't probably handle anymore. Hey, Zargar, what do you think? I mean, that's what he is. Jeremy Devitt is basically, he was with Vince in the steroid trial. He's basically been we're talking probably 50 years, a client representing WWE. Wow.
Yeah. Damn, I think it's a bad time for him to be retiring, but dude is 72, so damn. So he may have to find a new legal team, or he may have to find someone within that, I guess, the law firm to defend him. And when you start changing like your defense team, that's when a lot of things go wrong, because especially a lot of new firms, they don't pay attention a lot to detail. And I think the guy, he knows Vince McMahon inside and out. And he, like, you know, they've been building a relationship over the years and everything like that. So, oh man, it sucks to be Vince right now.
It sure is. The thing is,
everything is falling. My fault. Everything is falling. I mean, from his legal team to people, you know, his right hand people within the company, to his children.
I'll be right
all
back.
of that. Everything. It's like everything is gonna pass him by. And for him, I mean, he probably gonna die an old soul alone. I mean, he's already, you know, up there in age, but I just think that, you know, the devil's, you know, calling, and he's making do with things that Vince McMahon has done over the years. That Soul Reaper coming with that scythe, and he about to take a slash at his ass. That's what I personally think.
And
oh man,
yeah, and you know what? I just thought of something else now.
What happened?
Remember when Shane came back in when they were giving that Vince McMahon Legacy Award?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Remember Shane was talking about, yeah, and although they never said specifically what happened, that Dad had messed up huge and I had to come and save the day. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder, I'm thinking Shane probably had to bail Vince out more than we were aware of.
Of course.
Or at least the times that, you know, he could at least prevent Vince from doing something.
That's what I'm saying. I think their relationship is just, I think it's a definitely a strained relationship, because just even on Twitter, how certain things just come across when it comes in between Stephanie and Shane McMahon. It's a difference. Like, there's a lot of love shown to Stephanie, but Shane is just like, Shane is damn near a borderline stepchild when it comes to that relationship, honestly.
Oh, speaking of Shane and Steph, I got something up that you guys should hear. Shane and Stephanie are on good terms, and they've had a rivalry since they were little. Listen to this.
Look who their father is.
Oh, of course,
He thrives on competition. Motherfucker competes with his own kids. Who does that? So for Shane and Stephanie to be competing with each other, it's not surprising to me at all.
But listen to this though. The report says that while changes are expected and fans will notice Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan's fingerprints, don't expect to see the show gutted. Vince is still the majority stockholder. No surprise there. He's not someone you'd want to upset because he still holds some power. It's reiterated that Stephanie does have her own ideas for the product, and fans should not expect to see Shane McMahon back in the company because he and Stephanie are not on the best of terms. The report says, I'm told Stephanie definitely has ideas. This is a job she has coveted since she was barely a teenager, maybe a preteen. I've told this story quite a bit over the years about Stephanie, and Jerry Jarrett told me the story. Jerry Jarrett told him the story on record that he was having dinner with the McMahons, and either he or someone at the table said, Shane, you know, someday you're going to be running the company like your dad. And Stephanie was years younger than Shane, established her alpha attitude. She jumped in and said, Daddy's little girl is going to be the one running the show someday, not Shane. That rivalry has been there. The divide between those two, I'm told, is still there, and there is no reconciliation or power sibling team expected. Says they've been compared Shane and Stephanie to Succession. He said it's like the siblings hang out, they yell, they battle, and they double cross each other, but they hang out and they talk. And the impression I'm getting is that that's not happening with Shane and Stephanie. So by the way, don't expect Shane to enter the picture here unless he just, goes rogue and just shows up at shows. And remember months back at the Royal Rumble when he was producing the Royal Rumble, he was making all these changes that the guys didn't like. Brock Lesnar didn't like it. A bunch of wrestlers didn't like it. And then it got back to Vince, and Vince sent him home, and he has been seen ever since. So see, now Shane's not going to be there to bail him out. And you know what? I would love to ask Shane McMahon's thoughts on all these allegations and what's his mindset right now. I still like to see him pop up in AEW. I think that would be the nail in the coffin for WWE if Shane were to show up in AEW. Because like I said, he's got money too. So he could help AEW if he wants to, if he wants to stick it to his father and his daughter. And also, you got to remember, when his daughter married Triple H, Shane didn't like that either, because I don't think him and Triple H get along too well.
And they're actually, believe it or not, Shane and Hunter are actually closer than Shane and Stephanie. And to go back to Shane's return that night, you watch Stephanie's reaction. That was legit.
Sorry,
anybody say
I gotta say something real quick.
Go ahead.
There is no such thing as an alpha female. I'm just gonna put that out there. Yeah. I'm seeing it in the chat. My fault.
Yeah, that's Gotten Huggins saying that. Oh, in the chat, I want to say shout out to ITB BFK who's showed up. What's up, brother? Thanks for popping in. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, you watched that night when, like I said, going back to the night when Shane originally returned. Yeah. You look at Stephanie's reaction, and then when she starts talking, like, you could see and hear there was some legitimate dislike between them two. It is like, I knew things were kind of here and there with them two, but like ever since when Shane left the first time, that's when I really think things kind of like really separated between them, because like when Shane was off doing his own thing and like Stephanie stayed, it's like, and then all of a sudden Shane comes back like out of nowhere with no warning or whatever. It was like she kind of like felt that being a slap to her face a little bit. So I could understand though, like where that article was citing that dissension.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and also you remember Shane left. He went to China. He started a cable company thing in China. I think he was there like 3 or 4 years. But then something happened with the investment or something like that, and then like I said, it closed down. I think some Chinese board directors or some people were coming after him. Because I saw an article with an investigation report on that. I think I still have it somewhere. I got to find that out. I can look it up. But he came back because see, I think he fucked up on the business end of things in China. That's why he came back. So he wasn't as good as his father, but like I said, at least he tried. So he came back. Now he's gone again. So I'd say, you know what, or better yet, instead of going to AEW, Shane, start your own promotion. I mean, he got money. He can start his own promotion. I would do like that. That's how you can really compete or stick it to WWE. Start your own promotion, your own thing, and also don't hire former WWE superstars. Yeah. Don't hire your sister is don't hire any family. That's best I can give you. Oh yeah, Jordy says I understand why they made the new brand extension, because both siblings don't get along and they have their own shows. Okay, that's true.
Nah, I didn't. I don't think Up TV did a video on the McMahons. Surprisingly, he hasn't, but I could see him doing that. I can honestly see him doing that.
BK Butcher, never heard of her. Never heard of BK Butcher. That's new to me. Okay. Also, guys, Uncle Booker Tom has chimed in with
Oh my God.
Uncle Booker Thomas chimed in with his thank you.
Why you do this to me, yo? You just give
I'm
me
just saying,
no
I have to put
you
it out
don't
there.
even give me a warning. Like
I know.
this.
I just had to put this out there. Here's a quote now. I can publicly say thanks to Mr. McMahon. I say thank you just for taking care of me, giving me a job and taking care of my family. He put me in a good position, always put me in a good light, and always treated me with respect. That's a lie. More importantly,
That is a lie.
Yeah, more importantly than anything on that list is that he always treated me with respect. I don't think so. I think you need to wake up, buddy. He was all business. True that. It was all about the show, and making sure that show was the best thing that anybody could ever see as far as wrestling goes, in creating the best show that anybody had ever seen from a wrestling perspective. He was so laser focused. I respected that. I learned so much from Vince McMahon. I really did. I learned so much from a business perspective from Vince and how to run my company and try to really think outside the box. So yeah, man, I always had a really, really good relationship with Vince McMahon. His thoughts on Triple H being put in charge of talent relations. Just think about how many people were excited when he was writing it. Just think about the shows that were being produced when Hunter was at the helm of NXT. They were competing with WrestleMania as far as excitement for the show. Those NXT takeover shows, man, that stuff was getting so big. It was getting out of hand. I was like, man, this thing is getting so big. We're beginning to compete against ourselves. That's the way I thought. I didn't think it was the route to go, me personally. But did Triple H have NXT a buzz and people going crazy about NXT? Yeah, I think so. Well, I look at that whole statement is the house nigga is thanking his slave master. That's how I see it. That's how I see this. I see this. So he's praising his slave master, who's basically gone. Basically now he has a new slave master, his son-in-law, and he treated me with respect. When Triple Bitch was in his face saying, "You don't deserve to be here. Why don't you dance for me?" That storyline wasn't treating him with respect. When Vince had that do-rag on and come back and said, I think in front and said to John Cena in front of him, "What's up, my nigga?" You know, that wasn't treating him or black fans or any black wrestlers with respect when the N-word was loud on the show. Yeah. So that wasn't no respect there. To me, that was just another cracker running his mouth.
And especially right in front of Booker T, and it's like,
yeah,
they got that famous "Tell me you didn't just say that."
Really, yeah, I remember that show. Yeah, that's what John Cena was still doing when John Cena started the belt, and John Cena was basically trying to be black. You know,
yeah, but here's the thing when it comes to Booker, is that, well, thankfully you just brought up the two major things, but I was like, Book, if Vince treated you with so much respect, why did he let you go to TNA for about 3 years? I was about to say, wouldn't he have been continuing to keep you there? Maybe give you a couple more runs as champion.
Maybe give you a raise. You know.
I thought Book said he left because Eddie passed, and he thought that he was going to be next.
Oh, I
thought he said something along those lines.
Or if not Eddie, then at least Benoit.
It might have been because I think he's.
Of course.
Yeah, they have some remarks there.
Yeah, here's good comment right here. Yeah, Booker T and every black wrestler in the industry who works for WWE needs to read the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's message to the black man. You need to read it. And look, I will personally pay money to send it to your PO box on the Amazon. If anybody has it, if any of those guys have an Amazon, I will personally send you a copy. Because you know what I'm saying? Because you need to read that.
Yeah. Oh, since we're talking about people who might need that, can we please go off on Titus from last week?
Oh yeah, we got to get into that. We got to get into that.
No.
Yes, we got to go into that.
Look, let me say this before y'all go in.
Go ahead. Baby.
I felt so bad for Titus. They put him in like the worst position ever. Of all people in the world to put, y'all use Titus O'Neil. Yeah. And I was like, what kind of shit is this? I was so mad, but I said, you know what? Let me direct my anger towards WWE because Titus basically is doing his job. But I understand that Titus O'Neil is like an ambassador and everything like that,
Yeah.
but this man hasn't been on TV in fucking years, and then all of a sudden he's on TV talking that shit, and the fans is over there accepting it and cheering it. And I'm like, this is a bunch of bullshit. They could have put anybody else up there, but why did they put Titus? Because they're trying to use Titus as a spokesperson first and foremost, but they also trying to get over on us. And I'm glad that a lot of people on Twitter wasn't falling for that shit. It was like, get the fuck out of here, because I know I was saying that. I was saying, get the fuck out of here.
No,
I was saying every N-word. I'm like, these niggas really put Titus O'Neil on this TV to say this dumb shit that a lot of shit that WWE does not do. Come on, dog. Stop it. Stop lying to the people, yo. That shit got me hot. That shit got me hot.
It should have. But it's like, let's remember why they put Titus on last week.
To make a political statement. That's all it was about, man.
Well, not only that, but let's also remember, where was Raw last week? Tampa, his hometown.
That was his hometown.
Oh.
You basically
It was in Tampa?
Yeah, that was Tampa, Florida. Yeah, that's his hometown. And
I didn't realize it was in Tampa. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
That's fucked up. That's even.
I'm gonna say this right
even
now.
More upset.
Yeah.
That whole promo came from Vince. Let's put it that way, because Vince knew he can't be on TV too much longer. So that came from Vince. But basically, you put a black man in the line of fire, basically shooting yourself in the foot. That's what you did. That's all you did. You put a black man in the line of fire. But like I said, Booker T could have been on there and said that same thing, but it was Titus O'Neil, who hasn't wrestled in years, but now he's a global ambassador. Basically, the position that the Ultimate Warrior would have had he not passed away so abruptly after that promo of that night. But to quote Titus O'Neil, okay, the WWE is a safe haven for this right here for fans should be a safe haven where we don't talk about politics or religion or any other divisive subject. This is just a place where we come to have a good time, which is what we're about to do tonight. And the thing is, the crowd didn't even pop for that. You saw the crowd was dead, and he looks around like with the smile. Okay, that didn't get over. And then he said, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw," and I'm making a safe haven. Now let's go, like Reese. Let's go back in time. Was WWE a safe haven for all the young boys and even wrestlers who trying to come up when they were molested by the Cream Team? That wasn't safe. Because as long as Pat Patterson was running around, nobody was safe. Roddy Piper wasn't even safe, because Piper, there's YouTube video on Piper where he says in so many words cryptically, Pat Patterson molested him. So that was Vince. That wasn't a safe haven for anybody, with all the child molestation going on and all the corrupt shit going on, the sexual harassment going on. Safe haven? Are you serious?
And all the politics that went on too.
What kind of safe haven are you talking about? Good God Almighty.
Not just backstage politics. Hell, let's talk about let's not forget all them political impersonators that they had on Raw, like the fake Clintons, the fake George Bushes, the fake Hillary Clinton, hell, even a fake Barack Obama.
Yep. And remember when they split up the Dudley Boys, and you had Devon in the pastor's outfit or the reverend's outfit thing, and then he did a promo saying he beat up somebody saying, "Thou shall not steal," and I'm like, oh, come on now. You have had sexual storylines. You remember you had your son-in-law in a coffin with a mannequin. Remember that?
Bruh.
Yeah, remember that?
A whole fucking.
How about all the times he used to make out with Candice Michelle on camera? He made out with Trish. He made out with Tori. Had Trish barking like a dog. And then as far as racist stuff, remember we said regardless of race. Remember DX, the Nation Domination? We had X-Pac in blackface, and you had Black Dust at one time too. Remember that night? They had Black Dust. He had Goldust with an afro and black skin. That was racist. If I ever saw that, I mean, come on now.
And Roddy Piper painted himself half black. So
yep. Bad news, the bad news bound fruit. Yep. And look, on Peacock, that's gone. That's been edited out. That's gone. That is gone. You can't watch it.
Of course, they had to edit that shit
unless you buy a copy of that WrestleMania or SummerSlam used, unless you buy it. See,
Yeah.
half the stuff that's been edited out, you have to buy on eBay or be lucky enough to find it on YouTube and somehow download it so you can keep it and put it on a disc.
Oh, and wait a minute. Speaking of racism, didn't they temporarily remove somebody because of racism from the Hall of Fame and the
Yeah.
NFL's brother?
And basically he's basically like Vince Russo. Every word is, well, let me
They ain't move
let me
that,
tell you something,
bro.
brother. Yeah,
They ain't move this
and he said it on a
ass.
sex tape that wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to be seen because his best friend at the time gave him permission to sleep with his wife, and it's like I said, he took him up on the offer, and you know he's saying, why couldn't my daughter go out with an N word who's worth an N word, effing N word? I'm like, are you serious, brother? And you can call people brother. So to me, right there.
Yeah, but that only lasted about like 2 years before they finally reinstated him.
Yeah, and this is after he went and kissed everybody's ass on an apology campaign trying to get back in. But you know who wasn't having it? The New Day. I'm not fans of the New Day, but I became fans of him.
I am. I'm a fans of the New Day.
I became fans of him when all three of them didn't fall for Hogan's bullshit. When all three of them rejected Hogan.
And I was even saying it in my
Big E.
own videos. I was like, it's bullshit. Like, he's doing a fake ass apology just to try to get in a good grace.
And I say this to him again,
like
as
it's
I said to him
phony.
on Twitter. I said this to him on Twitter, and he blocked me. You're not sorry you said it.
Sorry you got caught.
There you go. You're not sorry you said it. You're sorry your cracker ass got caught. So that's what I call him, Terry. Terry Crackabolia. Crackamania.
And ironically enough, wasn't Titus and Hulk co-host in WrestleMania?
And I mentioned that. And
Yep.
I'm sad I'm glad.
Yep. And you know this, Titus O'Neil was so uncomfortable out there next to him. I mean, he was doing his job, but he wasn't even trying to shake hands with Hogan. I mean, now personally, me, I don't care how much money he's gonna pay me. I'd have walked off the damn set and I wouldn't have come back. I am not co-hosting a WrestleMania with a damn known racist. Like I said, not sorry you said it. You're sorry your ass got caught, and you got caught, buddy.
And then again, and let's go off on the religion part. Titus, do you remember that there was a match at Backlash where Shane took on Shawn Michaels and God?
Well, but actually, basically, he took on God. He took on God. Basically, he was mocking the Almighty.
Yeah.
He mocked the Almighty. So, right there, he deserves to burn right there. Like I said, when Vince, when you pass away, you ain't going to heaven because God remembers all that.
Yeah.
And they also had
and the church's McMahonism.
They had didn't they have Stone Cold on the cross, the Undertaker cross?
Yeah, the Undertaker. Now, see, Undertaker's character at one time was so sacrilegious. I mean,
Stephanie was on at one point.
Yeah, that satanic cross.
that
wasn't even a cross.
Too.
That was basically just a Taker symbol, but it was still, anti-religious in a sense. You know what I mean? For his character, character-wise, it was kind of anti-religion in a way. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, all that.
And to the storyline after, was it the Boston bombing? Right after they did a storyline with
Muhammad Hassan.
Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah.
So I don't. That's why I said I feel so bad for Titus because I'm like his promo had to be for new kids, for like young kids. That's the only way because a lot of young kids didn't see stuff from as long as maybe we have watched it or longer.
Those kids.
So I was like, he had to be. That's what I'm saying. He had to be talking to the kids as far as that goes because any adult with any common sense knows, like, bro, that is a lie.
That is a lie. And those kids need to get some education about WWE. And I hope somebody shows them those past storylines we all just talked about because we all saw everything. I saw everything.
But you know how kids are. They don't want to see that. Like, oh, this is old. I don't want to see this old. You know how kids are.
Of course, but still, as far as educational purposes, just to show them what a liar Vince is, they need to see that just to see it. And think about this. That era, which was better than what's the one we got now, they'll want to see it if you show them the right stuff. They'll want to see it. They want to see all of it, like I said. But see, like these allegations, these cover-ups, they're trying. That's why Vince had Peacock edit out all the Attitude Era stuff because they're covering up that era. They're covering up because they don't want the new generation of kids to see that. They want them to think that WWE is wholesome and family friendly and kid friendly and all that stuff. And no, it wasn't. Because damn sure ain't kid friendly backstage.
Damn sure was it. Shit.
I mean, good God Almighty.
We still got people that ain't even in the Hall of Fame yet.
That
That's a
Hall
whole
of Fame is
nother
bullshit
issue.
too. You got murderers and child molesters and racists in the Hall of Fame. Pat Patterson's in the Hall of Fame. That guy's a pedophile. You got a pedophile in the Hall of Fame, and you got a murderer in the Hall of Fame. I'm talking about Tammy Sitch, who's still sitting in jail and deservedly so, who ran in the back of somebody at a stoplight and killed him and killed a 75-year-old man because the bitch can't get off the sauce, off the alcohol. And now you know I saw my video, or you saw her lawyer has left her. Her longtime lawyer has had a motion to remove himself from the case, so she's got
because that's an open and shut case. Like,
yeah, right, yeah.
What could she say?
No, he left her because she wasn't following his advice. She was totally rejecting his advice on how to handle this. So he said, fuck it, I'm done. Now she's reduced to what a lot of black men are reduced to when they get in trouble with the law, a damn public defender. Ain't that sad?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Reese.
Yeah, but just to flip off, it's like, Vince ain't the only person who we got to look at some questionable decisions this week, because we got to look at Tony Khan. But thankfully for Tony, his only stays to just in the ring.
Tony's a dumbass too, but we can go on.
Yeah. I've heard Tony Khan's somewhat of a cokehead himself. So if you look at some of his interviews, like his press conference with CM Punk and thing, I think Tony Khan is a coke user. He's a user of some kind of drugs, because he doesn't look coherent a lot of times when he's talking. I mean, he's coherent, but I think he's drug induced coherent. That's his thing.
Yeah, he's on caffeine bench or something like that. But,
no, well, a buddy I know suggested that caffeine. A buddy of mine suggested coke. So if he's a cokehead, well, hey, so be it. Hey, that's on you.
Yeah, but anyway, for those who didn't follow like a Ring of Honor this past weekend, pre-show, we noticed there's no Tully Blanchard.
Yeah,
After
he's
the
gone.
main event, there's no Jonathan Gresham apparently out, and that explains why their world title match was not only first, but why he dropped the belt. And apparently Gresham was not liking the fact that their match had so little build to it, especially since he's the world champion, and that allegedly he cussed Tony Khan out. And
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. Yep. I saw that. Yep. Heard about that. Yeah. And Gresham is basically the husband to Jordan Grace, who a lot of people don't like.
Yeah. But I gotta say this though. I was like,
go ahead. Yeah.
When you the world, now I can understand if that happens to like a lower card town, because more than likely that's who you usually. But when it's the world champion though, that should be one of the last people you give like a minor build up to, because hell, after all, that's the title you're supposed to have within your main event, like more times than not. And the fact that you gave little build up and you put them on an opening match, and you had it like go not even 10 minutes, or if it did go 10 minutes, it was just over it. I was like, yeah, Tony, you may want to improve things for Ring of Honor as well, because it's like, I know like AEW was your first project, but it's like, you kind of got to make sure you focus in on ROH properly. Now, the rest of the show, I will say this, I couldn't find too many bad spots when it came to the show in general, because FTR and Briscoes, did they thing. Willie Uta, Daniel Garcia, that was damn good one. Mercedes Martinez, Serena Deeb, they did good. And even Dragon Lee and Rouge, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, like all around, Death War Dishonor was a good card, but unfortunately, it's mostly getting remembered because of Gresham and Blanchard.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Yeah, but they said Blanchard didn't show up. He said he had a prior engagement. Oh, I found out something about Blanchard. He runs a thing like a ministry for prisoners in prison. So that's noble. That's good.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah, it's in the article. Yeah, that's why he didn't show up at the show. So he probably doesn't have a contract a contract with AW. So I think that's why he's gone. He probably like I said, I like Blanchard. I always thought he was a good wrestler. The Horseman and everything. I grew up watching him. I mean, I was little when he was doing this thing with Dusty Rhodes. Those were the best wrestling, best times. So a salute to Tully Blanchard. Can't say much for his daughter though. His daughter's a whole different story. But if his daughter's racist, like they say, now that could have been taught. So I don't respect Blanchard for that. I respect his work in the ring, but I don't respect him for that. So if he's racist too, hey, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, let's go past that because I'm gonna be mean right now.
But I was like,
yeah, we could go past that.
Yeah, but I'm like this, yeah, like I said, Tony, yeah, you kind of getting some bad looks right now because now you're kind of making MJF's point sound a little more legit because.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There we go, Claudio, another ex. All right, now although he had a long history of Ring of Honor too, but there we go, another guy fresh off of the WWE boat getting a championship.
Yeah, you're right. There was no build to that. I mean, why would you just book a match like that without any build? I mean, it's like Claudio, you could have done some build to that. Have Gresham on the AEW Dynamite, challenging him or do a promo something like that. I'm just saying, it comes out of nowhere, and that's your world champion. And of course, Zargon, it's a black man too that they took the bet off of to put it on him. I'm saying, so see, what's the point of pushing Claudio with this Ring of Honor belt? And this is like the first Ring of Honor pay-per-view in months after they shut down. They just and then Tony Khan bought them, So it wasn't. I mean, the show was good, good show, but the show wasn't much to it. You know what I mean? You're just like it basically was like an indie show with random matches with stars from different companies. It was a good show though. It was good. It was good wrestling, great wrestling. And look, they had a sold out crowd. So hey, maybe with the right touch in the right direction with the Ring of Honor. Maybe put them on prime time too. Have them have their own prime time show. I mean, I wouldn't try them out against SmackDown, but actually, I would. I would try them out against SmackDown because actually, if you put them on against SmackDown on Friday nights, they probably could beat SmackDown because SmackDown is just terrible right now. I think a lot of fans would change the channel from SmackDown to Ring of Honor. Said, "Oh, this is better. I like this. This is more adult oriented. This isn't cheesy and all out of left field." And even tonight on Raw, you had excuse me, you had Alexa Piss versus Doudrop. Now we all know Doudrop probably beat the shit out of Alexa Piss, given her size, but they made her the job to made her a job to Alexa. Why? What is the point? And Nikki Ash is all but now but an afterthought. That whole superhero gimmick
she been an afterthought. Afterthought.
She needs to change her whole character around now. Do something else.
Bring that crazy Nikki.
Oh yeah, from Sanity. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, also no, I want to be something else. Here's something we could tackle just for a second. Backstage news on Bruce Pritchard's WWE role now following Triple H's sudden promotion to head of creative. It says the producers were told that Triple H would at least be the finish guy. It's since been confirmed that Bruce Pritchard will remain with the company and be a part of creative. He had been the lead of the creative team, with Vince McMahon having the final say on all the creative until McMahon announced his retirement. Higher-ups in WWE were told last week that Vince would still be available to some degree as he transitions away from the company. To me, this sums up to me basically Bruce Pritchard has been demoted. And it's talent, even the talent, I'm pretty sure the talent likes that because actually the talent says Bruce Pritchard is unapproachable. You can't talk to him that much. He's basically, something about him that they don't like, just like John Laurinaitis was unapproachable. Triple H was very, very approachable, easy to talk to because he was a wrestler. So see, Triple H probably is more suited for the role to be head of creative than Bruce Pritchard or Johnny Ace. What's your thoughts on that? On that? Whichever wants to go first.
You gotta look at Vince McMahon's Laurinaitis and Pritchard. They're basically Vince McMahon's henchmen. So
Yeah.
I mean, Vince McMahon, you're not able to approach Vince McMahon easily. What do you think is going to happen with his underlings? They're not going to be, easily approachable either. So I think that could be the reason why that exists.
Yeah, I think Vince, they're all approachable. Unless depends on who you are. If you're a big star, anybody can approach Bruce or Laurinaitis. I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns. Yeah,
I was going to go a little bit there.
Yeah.
But I was going to say in reference to Triple H, like if you're one of Triple H's guys, then you can easily approach him. But if you're not a Triple H, like Triple H doesn't look at you in that light, I don't think you could just come up to him and just start talking to him about whatever.
Oh, okay. I would think even if you're not a Triple H person, I think you can still approach him because they say all the talent says he's approachable. Even if you're not, like
that's what they're supposed to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm.
Well, then again, NXT that was a little more provable.
Ask them that when they released and they upset with the company. Ask them then.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Ask them then. Shit.
Yeah, but it's like Triple H. Yeah, because I'll say this: like Triple H, there were some people that initially weren't Triple H guys or girls, even in NXT, but then when they executed something, then Triple H started looking at him differently as like, all right, then he started getting closer to him and then started to get to understand him a little bit more. And then it was like, okay, you did this right and this right, but it's like, all right, see this, like, if you maybe had done this at this time, that was like, you could have kept the whole thing going, but it was like, you definitely put on your best work there. And now I'm going to try and see if I can get you. All right, you're here. Now I want to try and get you here and then move you up to here and keep going like that, because kind of like what both of y'all were saying, when Triple H sees something in you, he's going to try and like gradually build it up and take you to that next step.
That's true. Let's see. We got some.
Yeah, but nowadays,
go ahead.
But nowadays, Triple H just want to be an indie darling with an indie federation. Basically, that's basically what NXT was. That's one of the reasons why Vince McMahon shut that shit down, because basically they was only really catering really to one type of audience, and that's kind of what that's kind of what AEW does right now. And I've made videos on this in the past, basically saying once AEW came, that ROH was going to be non-existent. They was going to kill ROH because AEW is doing everything ROH does, but on a more higher platform. So because of it, they was going to kill a promotion. Also, what did Jonathan think was going to happen when he went to AEW? Did he really think that he was going to be a big star? No, nobody expected him to be a big star. And see, because Jonathan has been protected in ROH for so long, he thinks he's a bigger star than what he really is. But when he went up on the big platform of an AEW, he was basically a big fish in a small pond until he went to AEW, and then he realized that he doesn't have the star power like he think he has. Now, for me personally, this is how I was looking at it. I'm like, if Jay Lethal went into AEW and they reduced him to nothing, what the fuck you think they was going to do to you?
Really? Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it just made no sense. I was on Twitter. I was like, Jonathan was crying like a little bitch. And I'm gonna stand on that. He was basically crying like a little bitch. And I understand, he's a black man trying to make it in the wrestling industry, and I get that. And I respect him for that. And he's a great talent, but overall, he's not that big of a star. People know his wife more than they know him. So I mean, let's be reasonable.
That's true. Well, here's the thing about his wife. This is what Team Bring It, aka Chris, said on one of our shows. Shout out to Heels for Life podcast, by the way. Shout out to Chris. Jordan Grace ain't nothing but an Instagram hoe. That's all she is. All she does is pose those skinny tight poses in the gym with the phone up and the thong bikini and the tops, all the muscles. I mean, if that's all you can do, I mean, I think she spends more time on Instagram than she does in the ring for the most part. That's just me.
Hey, she might. I mean, and I get it. She's trying to, even in her comments and her statements, she's trying to, help her man and protect her man. And honestly, I don't fault her for that. But still, I mean, and even Jonathan talking about, I'm just what is it? He said something about being also being a black man, like if it's a white guy who's like original or not like bland or whatever, oh, he's just this. But if it's a black guy doing it, there's an issue. I'm like, when you have all of these indie darling flips and kicks type of wrestlers, I said all of us say the same shit about all of them. It's not just you, because you're an indie darling, you do the flips and kicks that people, some people like and some people don't. I said we say this shit about everybody. So you using the whole "it's because I'm black" thing, I just felt and thought that it was bullshit, honestly. Jordan Grace is not light skinned.
Yeah.
That girl's not light skinned.
Jordan Grace is not light skinned. Jordan Grace is straight up. She's a persuasion or Caucasian. She's straight up Caucasian.
Yeah, she's Caucasian.
She's of that persuasion. I think Brother Reese has got some technical difficulties. I hope he can come back.
Yeah.
You still there, Reese?
That should be happening to me too. Sometimes I'll be talking and the thing just cut off, and I'm like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Okay. Next thing I want to read. This is what I found. This. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Backstage news. There's a lot of optimism in WWE about positive changes that may come after Vince McMahon's exit from the company. Last night on SmackDown, and get this, Zargon, there was a noticeable change with the commentary as the announcers seemed a little bit more relaxed during the broadcast. Xavier Woods mentioned ROH and NJPW when he sat in with the announcers. The references to the other promotions would not have been allowed if Vince was still running things.
Yeah,
also reports that reported that Stephanie McMahon is respected by the women, and while she received mixed reviews in the early 2000s, it is hard to find people who will say anything bad about her now. And the feeling is that she has learned from her mistakes and she has grown as a person over the last 20 years.
Well, let's hope she has.
Yeah, let's hope she has.
Let's hope.
Other things stated that there is optimism among the women that Stephanie will improve their TV time and presentation. There is also belief among some that Sasha Banks and Naomi returning to the company is on the table. Sasha and Naomi's issues were with Vince because they felt deceived or disrespected by him, but he's gone and they could return.
And they were.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. They were.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Well, instead, now with him gone, they could return and save face because they are returning to a company where he is no longer in power. I disagree with that. He may not be in power, but he has power from home. Because, like I said, he's still majority stockholder, 80% owner, so he still has power. But I think there's people on the board who are telling him, he's got to stay away or he's got to be gone because of the investigation of these allegations. But as long as he's around, it makes the value of the company look bad. So look, it's possible that they could come back. I wouldn't think so now at this point because Vince gone or not, I don't think they would. Besides, I said Vince is still his daughter and his son-in-law. It doesn't matter whether Vince is gone. His daughter,
and he still has his Goonies in there too. So.
Right? Yeah. So see, you got Bruce Pritchard in there. John Laurinaitis is gone, but Bruce is still there, and Triple H. I don't see Triple H respecting the women as much as he does the men because I've heard he's always had a thing against women's wrestling, and I think Vince has always had too. So, and think about this: we're talking about two black women. You know what I mean? I don't see Stephanie bringing them Sasha Naomi back and then getting this massive push all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Especially the way they walked out, which will probably be. And I think if they were to return, they would get heat in the locker room from the other women. So
they would be target number one. And I mean, there's even been commentary of people even saying. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. So just went by, just fucked my whole head up. That's what I was gonna say. Look at how much respect they gave the NXT tag team women's tag team championship. I mean, they had old girl throw it in the trash. So, I mean, that's basically them telling, everybody what they think of the women's division in general, but also what they think of the women's tag division. And for me, I don't really mind there being a tag team women's wrestling belt. It doesn't bother me. I mean, because it gives the women that aren't doing anything with like the women's division, like single, it gives them something to fight for. It gives them something to do. I mean, beforehand, you didn't really. I don't want to say you didn't need it, but it wasn't necessary because most, especially in the Divas era, most women were kind of stripping back then to kind of get the audience, to put asses in seats, so they could use that as a side attraction. But now that we're in the female empowering wrestling era, I just think that the titles give the ladies something to fight for.
That's true. Well,
I
there's
mean,
go ahead.
I mean, I would like to see Kaden. I would like to see her win, a tag team championship. I mean, in NXT, and even if she goes to the main roster, because I'm a fan of her. I mean, I like the girl, so I mean,
yeah. Well, you notice ever since Naomi and Sasha threw down the belts and walked out, those belts have never been talked about. They talked about doing a tournament weeks ago, a tournament for the women's tag belts, but nothing ever happened. So that's
how much they respect their division, right there. Exactly.
Right there. See, no respect. And there was a comment here earlier in the comment section about Zia Lee and all them. You notice in the past few weeks, you see Zia Lee less and less. So even as a face or as a heel,
they don't know what to do with that girl.
Zia Lee has no value to WWE.
None.
I'm sorry, none. There's just nothing for Zia Lee. But she's getting a paycheck, and of course, we all know about Lacey Evans. She's turned heel, walked out of 2 matches.
Bitch is so fucking corny. I don't know why she's on TV. She is garbage. I don't know what the fuck people are seeing in her. I don't get it. I get it with Nikita. Okay, Nikita, the Miss Stick Chick. I get the appeal and the idea of her, but Lacey Evans, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't see what people see in her. Like, I don't get the appeal. I'm like, this bitch is mad corny. She brings nothing to the table. She's garbage. And all these people like her, and I don't know why. It's got to be something outside of WWE that she's doing or saying or whatever that gets people to like her. Because I just think she's corny, personally.
Oh, okay. I got a message from Reed. She's saying they said all of a sudden all 3 screens are just cut. My screen isn't cut. Yours is okay. Like yeah, I think on his end the screens were cut.
That's probably what it is.
No, also you got to remember, see, we're 3 black kings on a channel saying what the hell we want. So it seems like I think the powers that be, whether it be YouTube or Facebook, somebody's coming after us. I just think it's kind of funny. See, if we stick to the curriculum of just wrestling, I mean, I stick to wrestling, of course, but but I'm gonna say what I feel on when certain people who are known racists. That's why, but that's okay. Like I said, if Brother Reese could come back, I popped him back in, but he left. But I guess he's still having tech issues.
Okay.
So yeah, and I would love to have heard his thoughts on Sasha and Naomi possibly coming back. But that's what, but see, they always said that's on the table. That doesn't mean. And like I said, I think Sasha is going to do fine without WWE because, like I said, she's going to transition to acting. She's probably already up for acting roles, movie roles. Her role in the Mandalorian was very well received, and she's very popular even outside wrestling. So I think she'll be okay. Naomi, on the other hand, has basically just been wrestling, but Jey Uso, her husband, is making probably makes more money than she does. So she's probably going to be good she'll probably be good as a housewife. So she's probably enjoying staying home. So whatever happens, I think both Sasha and Naomi will come out okay. They can both, do their own thing and probably, be okay without WWE, because WWE really isn't the place to be anymore. Especially
it isn't the end all be all. So
it's not. It's not. Especially after that Titus O'Neil promo, that was basically ill advised because basically all he did was help WWE shoot themselves in the damn foot. So I just tried, it didn't work. Sorry. So
I wonder as they were saying this to him, what was going through his mind and what he was saying to them. I just want to be a fly on the wall to hear that conversation. Like,
actually, if you know his Twitter, why don't you check that on Twitter and ask him that? You might get blocked, but ask him.
Yeah, I might get blocked. I like Titus. I follow him too, so
yeah,
I don't want to get blocked by Titus.
Well, like I said, just ask him in a nice way. Ask him in a certain way. Just ask him a certain way. He might not block you. But of course, I get blocked. I'm gonna ask him just bluntly.
I know. I'll be seeing.
I'm gonna ask him what the F was going through your mind when Vince actually said that BS.
Oh man!
And I'm gonna type about all the pedophilia. If I'm gonna type about Pat Patterson. I'm gonna type about that. I'm gonna type about everything.
I felt so bad for Titus when he did that promo, that segment. I felt so bad for you, bro. Like that had to be a hard position, a difficult position to be in. Like, really.
Oh, Brother Garden says he's been blocked twice on Twitter by him.
God damn.
Oh, you got his phone number? Okay, I know. I wonder how you got that. Okay, well, anyway.
Oh, shit. No, I ain't calling nobody.
Yeah, and I know. You can use a burner phone and just text him that and say your name is Ralph, or I mean, that's the idea. Anyway.
Shoot, they're gonna have Titus say it this week. Next week, they're gonna have somebody else say something. That's what it is. What should that be?
I wouldn't suggest that. There's really nothing more you can say after that. Because if you keep doing that, and people will say, okay, this is really getting out of hand, or this is basically bullshit. Because basically what you say wasn't believable. I said the crowd let him know. The crowd let him know that he wasn't believable. I mean, just to have him out there, like I said, that was weird. That was the most ill-advised weird promo to start the show. We don't talk about politics or religion or any other divisive subject. You really gonna say that after all the shit they've done over the years? You really gonna say that shit?
Man,
oh boy.
That's crazy.
Well,
I mean, and then they keep talking about Triple H being at the head. I just wonder if Triple H really is in power and they really have him, doing his thing. Is he going to stop certain stereotypes first and foremost of certain like races of people? Are we going to finally where people can be, different and original? Not because you're black, you got to be the angry black guy, or you got to be shucking and jiving, or if you're a woman, you got to be stripping, or like, is he going to stop that narrative? Is he going to give people like better directions of, their characters? Also, are people going to be characters in wrestling? I do think you need some form of characters, because everybody cannot be the indie darling, I have no personality, I just go out and wrestle type thing. That's not going to work for everybody. Everybody has to have their own unique style to them. Now, when they get in the ring, they can do their thing. But I mean, outside of the ring, you got to have some personality to you. I mean, you can't just have everybody try to be a Chris Benoit. It doesn't work. It really doesn't. The only reason, one of the reasons why it worked with Chris Benoit is because he was one of the few that was able to do it, and even then still had some form of charisma to make that type of stuff work. Mark Henry's not in WWE, so I mean, Mark Henry would probably be another guy they would put out there to say some shit like that if Titus wasn't, there. But Mark isn't with WWE, so I can see that.
So basically, you got three house niggas that would basically say that Mark Henry, Booker T, and Titus O'Neil. But see, Mark Henry's smart. He was in the AEW. He probably was watching that shit and probably was laughing his ass off. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But hey, like I said, whatever was going through Titus's mind, I think at the end of the day, basically, it's Titus's paycheck. That's the only thing that was probably going through his mind. But I'm thinking, probably. I'm hoping. I would hope deep down Titus does have a conscience, so he probably didn't like saying that, But he was just, it was like you said, it was a political statement. It was a political move. Everything at this point with WWE and Vince McMahon is political.
Yeah. He's probably like, fuck it, just give me the mic, I'll do it.
Yeah, and as far as the question you said about Triple H, is Triple H going to create more characters? Is he going to hold on stereotypes? I doubt it. I mean, I think I think to him, whatever black wrestler comes along in the future, if he thinks the character is going if he thinks that the kind of material storyline would make good TV, he'll run with it. But I'm thinking at this point now, as political as everything is now, that's not something that's not something he's going to want to do, because again, it'll make him and his father in the company look bad. So, okay, yeah, he's okay. Well, he's trying to come back. Reese, if you're there, or if you come, okay, hey, nope. Yeah, if you can hear me, Reese, we talked about Sasha Banks and Naomi being on the table to return now that Vince is gone. Okay, well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll just have to ask him in the chat then. You want to wrap this up? I don't have anything else we can talk about if you got something, unless you got something else to say.
No, we pretty much touched on everything. As far as, yeah, we pretty much touched on everything. I don't know, I'm probably going to get some people mad at me because some of my commentary, but it is what it is. I've been getting heat all week on Twitter, so it don't bother me. It don't bother me.
Oh yeah, of course, a certain group of I ain't gonna mention the group's name, but they'll be watching us, and I'll probably get a few commentary or some heat, from them. But like I said, I don't watch their shit.
They did another response.
No, no, they didn't respond. No, what it is, they're mostly jumping on and attacking me, basically, because I say what I feel. You know what I mean? And these are a couple of or a group of retards. I'll just call them that. That's all they are. That's But like I said, I got a video I'm planning on doing for the ads. This is gonna be a video that's gonna be done on my backup channel. It's gonna involve Black history and some reading from my books I'm doing. So I haven't done that yet, but I'm gonna do it sometime. Not tonight though. I'm gonna go to sleep now. It's after 1 a.m. now. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for watching. I want to thank J Man's Legits, ITB, Gino Morgan TV. What's up, man? Who came along? Brother Huggins. I want to thank Rock and Reese for joining us from the Heels for Life podcast. Shout out to the Heels for Life podcast. Shout out to the PW Hustle. We're talking the Masked Man, A-Track Brown, Chabelo Bella Cruz, the Effervescent, the Magnanimous, the Scholarly, the Glorious. Also, once again, shout out to Brother Kid Stacy. I'm gonna contact you again soon, because I'm still trying to get it back on there if I can. So for Brother Zargon, the new CEO of WWE, and again, good luck.
I know, right? Allegedly.
Good luck with that.
Self-proclaimed CEO.
Yeah, just one thing. Keep your pants on. And
Definitely.
And don't try to take out or go out with anybody you work with. It's
definitely
it's not good for your health, and it's not good for your bank account, obviously.
Definitely.
Anyway, all right. Until next time. I'm gonna say peace and blessings to the chat. Peace and blessings, and always all power to the people.
I'm about to play PlayStation.
There you go. PlayStation. That's good. All right, y'all. Man. Everybody have a blessed night. Reese, peace and blessings. Sorry couldn't get you back on, but like I said, we'll get it back on next time. All right, y'all.
Later, y'all.
We out.